Hello, everyone, and how great is it? Let me shake your hand. It's the commissioner himself. I mean, how nice that it turned out this way. Last episode of the season, wrapping this all up with Commissioner Warren. How do you think the season has gone so far?
The season is off to a terrific start for us.
Okay, I wouldn't say start of the season. We're closer to the end, but yeah, it's it has not been bad, but it's had its hiccups.
We're obviously seeing some terrific competition, some exciting competition. The average margin of victory is down almost 2 points. We obviously have some trends that we're also following on the more negative side, which are penalties. Penalties are up.
Penalties? Oh, right. Yeah, you're talking about the kicker drops. Yeah, Stefan, Bork, Jim, they've been testing you with those kicker drops this year, haven't they?
It's had a very positive impact. It's about 94%.
You're being. This is a boring interview. I hope this does not continue. I let's not hear about the 94% who did well. Let's hear about the 6% who are pushing or breaking the rules.
I think the rules changes, the changes to our policies, the changes to our protocols have all resulted in changes to our culture, and that is something that we're very pleased about.
Culture change. I mean, I guess people are not complaining as much or finding loopholes in the league rules as much. But if there is one person that's sinking the culture the most, I mean, it would have to be you. I mean, Commish Report is at all-time low of being delivered, and not at all. I mean, even if this has to just be on you. Even if the integrity of the league overall is up.
That's the core of the issue, is protecting the integrity of the game and making sure that the game is played within the rules. We're a game of rules, and the rules need to be followed by everyone. And the number one objective there is to make sure that those rules are being followed.
I think you just repeated the same sentence thrice there, but you know what? I'm not gonna. Obviously, you're doing your thing where you just kind of back away from the issues and not deal out any punishment, and you're always just cowardly making your way through the league. It's just we just have to accept it's who you are at the point. But speaking of backing out of things, I did notice you, in the MLB league that we have, the MLB Fantasy League, you didn't mention that this year, That you always, you're always seemingly shoving that down our throats here in the NFL Fantasy League.
And that's something we think is very exciting for all of sports, not just the NFL.
No, the MLB League is not exciting for all sports. It's never exciting. Nobody cares. Half this league, the NFL league isn't in the baseball league. Warren, we talk about this all the time. I mean, two people in the championship this year, one of whom was a friend of your dad's, one of whom was the dad of a friend of Alex's, and the friend isn't even in the league anymore. I mean, you think people care about the linking of these leagues? They don't. Warren, they don't care. Where do you think people actually want to view this stuff?
On all platforms, whether they're NFL-controlled platforms, NFL.com, NFL Mobile, NFL Network, NFL Now. We also spent a fair amount of time on international.
I hate you. But let's move on. Let's move on to the fact about how you just arbitrarily do what you want in the league. All right, I'm hitting you with the hard journalism here. Okay, I'm not just. You might be giving boring answers. I'm not letting you off. I'm not letting you off on the fact that earlier this year how you dealt with Stefan, and then later on with Bork and Alex and the Gibson kicker stuff. You're just making up rules as you go. You do it one thing months ago, you do it another way a couple weeks ago. You're making up new rules that are not even tied to the Constitution at all. And that's to say nothing of like when years ago you just arbitrarily, when, oh, auction draft wins fair and square, 7-6 pre-draft. Oh, what do? Person who wants snake draft to win, oh, you extend the deadline so that the last vote can come in and negate it. I mean, how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night knowing that, the rules that the league discussed and collectively bargained for and voted on, you just do what you want with it?
Well, Ben, that's your description. To our description, it's simply about our rights under our collective bargaining agreement. This isn't about any individual player, any individual incident. This is about the rights that we negotiated in 2011, the rights for us to have the authority to make sure we discipline. We talked today about some very healthy discipline numbers, where we're seeing less violations of our personal conduct policy that have happened over the last 7 years, or 8 years, starting with our personal conduct policy in 2007, our revisions back in December, and this year there's probably about a 35% reduction. So the reality is the policies are working, and the policies aren't all discipline. Policies start with education, awareness, intervention, and then accountability. And so they're working, and so that's important to us. So protecting the integrity of the game is not something we're going to compromise.
That was just a lot of word salad to absolve yourself of all responsibility, that this is basically your fault. You're not consistent with your discipline, and you're power hungry. And I think the league knows it's time for you to go, that your reign of terror it's time to end.
We've had discussions over the last several years about this. We recognize that there are different ways of administering the discipline. We're open to that. We always have been. We've just never been able to reach an agreement on what that process is. We are not in favor of third-party arbitration for people that have had no involvement or understanding of our policies, or frankly a stake. So if we see an opportunity to improve it, anything, whether it's our policies or our processes, we're going to do that.
No, it's not. It's too late to play competent nice guy. Have you heard about the petition to instate Joe as commissioner?
Yes, I do expect it'll go to a vote.
Good. All hail Joe Missioner 2023. Now, have you heard his first campaign ad that came out? Covered everything that we've kind of been discussing here, including a few more things, how you used to just censor people in the league by just disallowing them to post anymore, blocking people from making rightful trades of, fair trades that they wanted to make, and you undoing them or disallowing them, allowing Stefan to play a year in the league without paying, and just everything else. How you just generally suck. You've seen this?
No, I am not aware of the comments, so I can't respond to the comments because I haven't seen them. But we have high standards, and we expect people to follow them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see you want to head out now. So let me just, I just have one last question. It's from the whole league, except Stefan, because he just loves everything that you do. Favorite commissioner ever. But everyone else, they just want to ask you, do you know how much of a bitch you are?
I don't know. Okay. As I say, I think the most important thing is making sure the rules are followed. Okay?
All right. And that will do it for this 60 Minutes podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know I did in the beginning. And then it's a long season, so I'm ready to be done with these and never do them again. So great. Bye.